Hi guys. Yeah, I disappeared on you guys, but I'm back like I never left. Hello guys, my name is Ajay. Welcome to Figure It Out with Ajay, a place where I empower to figure out your money, your career, your personal growth, and live life on your own terms. So I know I have been MIA, but I had a reason to disappear. School had me in a chokehold, and I just needed to reassess, take a seat, recharge, and then come back. But I'm back, and I have some things that I wanted to share with you guys, and hopefully you guys would come along with me through this journey. I apologize for just disappearing. I didn't plan on disappearing, but I needed the time to just take a seat and figure out where the priority is. And right now school is the priority, and I work full-time, so sometimes you just need to slow down, and I didn't want to come here and give you anyhow content. I wanted to give you guys quality content that would add value. So I appreciate all of you guys that reached out and to make sure that everything is okay and let me know how really my content makes your day, and I really appreciate that, and that really warmed my heart. This is gonna be a series. Actually, it's gonna be a series about leveling up in 2022. So we're gonna be talking about money, we're talking about healthy habits, lifestyle, relationships, boundaries, and all that good stuff, but in a more sustainable way, of course. So I'm really excited. So this video, as you can see on the title, is going to be about how to create a financial portfolio for 2022. I'm gonna guide you through how I create a financial portfolio for me, and this is for anyone. It's always good to have a systemic it's always good to have a systemic approach to things, especially when it comes to money. You cannot save your way into wealth. You have to invest, diversify, and all that jazz. So this is gonna be a simple guide into doing that. So let's get into the video. So what is a financial portfolio? A financial portfolio is a collection of your financial investments. So this could be stock, bonds, real estate, anything that has monetary value to it. The first thing to do here is to define your assets. According to Investopia, an asset is a resource with economic value that an individual, corporation, or country owns or controls with the expectation that it will provide a future benefit. In this case, I would list down, because since I don't own a house, I'm renting, I will list down my savings, my investment accounts, my stock options that I get from work, and maybe my car. My car is paid off, so I don't owe anything. If I decide to sell it today, that will be an asset for me. And you also list down all your liabilities. Your liabilities are things you owe that are of monetary value to somebody. What you owe, your car, if you owe some money on your car, debt, personal debt, student loan debt, if you have those. House is a little bit tricky, because with house, it could be an asset or it could be a liability. So you have to re-examine whether you owe more on your house, whether you have equity for your house. So that depends. So list down all the credit cards that you have that you need to pay off, and also the interest rates of all that. So basically, once you figure out what your assets are and what your liabilities are, then you subtract. So your net worth is what you own minus what you owe, and that is your net worth. So the fourth thing that you would do is figure out how you're gonna grow your investments in 2022. There are different options. There's real estate, we all know. There's also stocks and bonds, mutual funds, and index fund. I will go more into detail once I do more research on that. I will talk to you guys more about that. That will be in 2022. First thing here, if you're really new to investments and you have a job, your first introduction to investment could be a retirement account. I've talked about it multiple times on this channel before. We all need a retirement account, because you want to maintain your standard of living. Even when you retire from work, you want to have the same standards of living or beyond. If you're young, take advantage of a retirement account if your company offers it, the company that you work for, especially if they match. If they match 5%, 10%, 15%, make sure you match that, because that is money you're leaving on the table, and we don't want that. That's free money. So please take advantage of that before the year starts. Go into your retirement account, tweak or change and see how much percentage of your income you are willing to put into your retirement account to start taking off top from your paycheck. In the US, because that's where I am, I don't know about other places, but you can do your research. But in the US, retirement contribution for the year 2022 has been increased, and the maximum that you can contribute to your 401k is $20,500. And if you're 50 and above, you can do a catch-up amount of $6,000. So $20,500 divided by 12 months, so you contribute about $1,700. That's a lot of money, but if you're making six figures, you can really take advantage of that. And also, if you have a spouse as well, you guys can both be contributing. So definitely take advantage of 401k. And if you don't have a 401k through your work, you can do an individual IRA. Talk to a certified financial advisor to help you set that up. Another way to kind of grow your investment is through health savings account. In the US here, we have a health savings account whereby if you have a high deductible medical option, you can contribute an amount to your health savings account, and it's used for medical expenses. When you contribute money to your health savings account, that is money that is not being taxed on. If you use it on medical related expenses, it's tax free. The maximum amount you can contribute to your health savings account as an individual is $3,650, and as a family is $7,300. For the health savings account, any money that you have not used at the end of the year is invested, so it doesn't stay as the amount it is. It's invested into the stock market, and money is being created passively on it. So the fifth thing you should be thinking about for your financial portfolio for 2022 is think about your savings. There are certain expenses that come up during the year, like your car insurance, like your rent insurance. Have a sinking fund and think about why you're saving, because if you don't know why you're saving just for the sake of saving, you're not gonna be motivated. The reason why you need a why to save, it keeps you in line with achieving your goals. So once you identify the things that you need to save for upfront, like vacations, so you plan ahead of that. Like if you want to take 2 or 3 vacations in the year, plan for that. Have a savings amount that goes into that savings account to save for that particular expense, because if you plan to fail, you're failing to plan. Figure out what money you'll be needing to save for the year 2022 and automate that at the top of the year or even before the year starts. I always advocate to have different accounts for different things because it just makes life easier, because bills and everything jumbled together confuses everything. Have a savings account for a holiday, savings account for your emergency fund. And also, speaking of emergency fund, if for example you touch your emergency fund this year, because emergencies happen, think about like, okay, I'm gonna work on topping off this emergency fund so that it can top up to 6 months. I have a 6 months cushion in case of emergency. So that's one way of also like saving for money. So your emergency fund, your vacations, if for example you want to buy a house, you need a deposit. Please do not put 0% down on buying a house. That helps nobody but the banks. So really plan it out and figure out what your aspirations are, what your goals are. The sixth thing I have here is thinking about how to increase your income streams. Think about like skills that you have that you can monetize, editing skills, digital skills, design and all that, how you can bring in money, YouTube, if you're a content creator. And also, even with your job, if you feel like perhaps maybe you need a better paying job, create a plan 3 to 6 months to start working on applying for that job and negotiate when you're interviewing for these jobs. Don't go with what they give you. The first offer is not the best offer. Always negotiate when you're going into a new career. So the last thing is to reduce your liabilities. In order to increase your net worth, you need to reduce your liabilities and increase your assets. Try to figure out a way to reduce your liabilities. What loans do you owe? Like what credit cards do you have? What personal loans you have? Student loan debt. It's like it just has a chokehold in the generation that we live in. So come up with a plan. Come up with a debt repayment plan. I have a video for that. I'll link it somewhere here. And also, as the year is rounding up, this is the best time to audit your bills and cut down your bills. Figure out what bills you use, what you don't use, where you can cut down on and keep your bills as lean as possible. I've talked about this multiple times, and like I'm a big advocate of going back and looking at your bills and looking at what you need and what you do not need. Especially if your car note is a hassle for you, you're upside down on your car note. Sis, bro, it might be time to like cut your losses and sell the car and pay off the remaining amount. So what I mean by upside down, if you're upside down on your car, that means that you owe more money than the car is worth. If you bought the car and financed it for like, let's say $5,000, and now the car is worth $2,000, so you're upside down on $3,000. Maybe it's just time to cut down your losses and sell the car and pay off what you owe, and then get you a used paid off car whereby you don't have to pay your car note. Life is different without a car note. I just love that. Another thing in cutting down your liabilities is re-examine your taxes. So if you had a refund last year, a huge refund, let's say you filed your taxes last year and you got a $5,000 refund, that's a lot of money that's coming out of your paycheck. That it's your money, it's not the government's money, it's your money that they're giving you back because you've overpaid in taxes. And I don't know about you, but I want to keep my money because I have things that I want to do and I have goals that I want to achieve. So I want to keep my money. So if you have a high refund that you got this year, it's time to go to the IRS calculator and figure out what your withholding should be so that you receive less money during refund tax filing season. Also seek advice from a certified financial advisor regarding your taxes, especially if you work for yourself, what you can claim, what you cannot claim legally. Keep your liabilities in check legally when it comes to taxes, because you do not want to skip on paying your taxes, but also you don't need to be giving out money to the government that is they're refunding that to you, which is your money. So I rather keep my money upfront. So that is what I wanted to talk to you guys about, creating a financial portfolio for 2022. So I think it's important as a community we talk about money, and we're not afraid to talk about money because we work hard for our money. So, and we want to also make smart decisions when it comes to money. So I come here and share these tips that I've learned along the way, and hopefully you can take something from it and apply it into your situation. And a disclaimer that I'm not a financial advisor. These are things that I just do for myself and have worked for me. Let me know down below in the comments. Have you ever created a financial portfolio? Have you ever thought about creating a financial portfolio? Or are you thinking about, or are you planning on creating one for yourself? Like, comment, subscribe. If you find this content helpful, give me a big thumbs up. Let me know that you guys like this content, and it also helps you to push the content out there. And also don't forget to subscribe. Click on the notification buttons down below here. Everything will be in the description box below, so that it gives you a step-by-step guide as we go into 2022 with your money planning. Like I said, this is gonna be a series. I'm gonna have multiple videos just talking about like planning on how to level up in 2022 with your money, with your career, with your life. So I hope you guys enjoy this content, and I'm gonna stop rambling, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.